Raise your hand if you disagreed with your high school dress code or any dress code. If you raised your hand, you're not the only one. Mary Beth Tinker disagreed so much with her dress code that she took it all the way up to the Supreme Court. Lee Rowland commented on this court case saying, dress codes are a negative message on freedom of expression and about a person's individuality. Now think back. How many teachers enforced your dress code? Did you have a lot or did you have some? Because I know one teacher, in 9th grade, she made it her sole goal to dress code anyone, so much that she had the head principal put in the handbook that Nike shorts were banned. Hi, my name is Hannah Bell, and today I will be arguing about how schools shouldn't have a dress code for 3 reasons. 1, having a dress code can cost a person a lot of money on having to buy clothes that fit them and fit the school's dress code. And that being, they might wear it a handful of times or something might happen, so they have to keep buying those clothes. Reason number 2, dress codes takes away the person's First Amendment and the person's individuality, causing that person to have lack of confidence and sometimes insecurities may form. And reason number 3, dress codes discriminate against some students. Now, let me give you information on how much you're spending, how much dress codes are costing people. Dr. Terry Stoop says, on average, a person spends for school clothes is $240. That's a lot of money depending on where you're shopping and what you buy and the brand. Because if it's a lot, you have a chance of only getting like 2 shirts and 1 pants, which isn't going to cover a lot, because if you don't have a lot of clothes that fit your dress code, you're out of luck. But if your school decides that their dress code is a uniform, then you have to get a uniform for 5 days a week, which means you need either 3 skirts to wear, 2 shirts to switch out, and all of that, depending on the school you go to, and if you get a discount at the certain place you have to shop at, you're spending $100 to $600. So you're losing money to buy clothes that you're going to grow out of or lose or ruin, but that money can be used for many different things. School supplies, your education toward a higher education, gas, food, anything. Now that you know that, let me show how dress codes take away your First Amendment. Dress codes take away a person's individuality and their freedom of expression, the First Amendment, and can affect a person's mental health by giving them insecurities and giving them lack of confidence. Being able to express who you are is important because you want to be able to show people who you are through your clothes and through other things. And sometimes people like to show their heritage through what they wear, as if it's a headscarf or a certain dress. But being told that they can't do that, they're feeling that they're not important and that they don't matter. I'm going to go back to the Tinker and Supreme Court case because in 1962, Mary Beth Tinker and many other students thought that the Vietnam War was terrible and that it shouldn't be going on. So they decided to do a peaceful protest by wearing black armbands on their wrist with a little peace sign. And when the school noticed this, they decided to ban anything to do with the Vietnam War and armbands, which took away their expression of showing their opinion on how they viewed the war. This made Mary Beth very upset, so she took it to the Supreme Court to fight it. And she ended up winning because she mentioned that she told that she lost her freedom of expression. Another example is a California governor made it that schools have to enforce a uniform to protect them from gangs and violence. This caused a lot of uproar with students and the American Civil Liberties Union. They stated that even though wearing a uniform you can't guarantee protection from violence, and you can't guarantee a better education in a uniform. But what they did guarantee is that they lost their lack of freedom of expression, and being told to wear certain t-shirts can take away a person's freedom of speech. Now that I've covered that, let's talk about how some dress codes discriminate against other students. Most people will argue on this one, saying dress codes are there to make people feel equal and be fair. But that's not the case for these people. That's not the case for DeAndre Arnold, because he was told with his shoulder-length hair that he had to cut it or forfeit his diploma. And he's had shoulder-length hair since middle school, and it's the senior year of high school, and he's told he has to cut it or forfeit his diploma. Social media found this out, and they said that the poll on this rule was racist and sexist, to discriminate against someone just wanting to express themselves through their hair. And another example is 2 African American students had put designs, little abstract designs in their hair after a haircut, and they wore it to school. And when the administration found out about this, they had them colored in with Sharpies, so no one was distracted. They did this without informing their parents or anything. They just said, you have to do this or you can't come to school. Another example of discrimination is in April 2019. Hudson High School principal banned parents from coming to school wearing ripped jeans, leggings, headscarves, or mini dresses. And they did this because she said she wanted kids to have a choice on what they wanted to wear. But really, it's just discriminating what a choice of a parent wants to wear to their kid's school. With all this information and evidence, I hope you know how important it is to not have a dress code.